promised in my playthrough, I am going to be doing a review of this game. You may get the basic idea of what I think of this game just from seeing the playthrough on it. But in case that's not your thing, and you'd rather watch a review, here you go. This is my review on Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, the game. As some of you may know, I love Pixar Animation Studios. Over a year ago, I made a marathon reviewing all their movies, and even adding some bonus stuff. One of which was a movie and TV series spin-off on Buzz Lightyear titled Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. The movie and show were pretty decent, and sadly the show never continued after its second season. Near the end of the show's run, or just in the middle of it, we got a video game tie-in released on the PS1, PC, and Sega Dreamcast. There's even a Game Boy Color version of the game, but I'll get into that one later. There were plans for a Nintendo 64 release, but I guess that version never saw the light of day, or it's really rare to find. I own 3 copies of this game. The first one is the PS1 copy, obviously. The second one is the one I mainly grew up with, which is the PC version. And the final one is an unofficial Dreamcast copy with Toy Story 2. Yeah, I could never find a real copy. Not even for cheap. What can you do? So, does this game still hold up? Let's take a look. Now, I would say that there's a plot to this game, but just by playing the game, you aren't told a story. All the cutscenes are just clips from the cartoon, so that doesn't help giving us a hint about what this game's plot is. Some cutscenes either tell us nothing about what's going on, or who these characters are. Some of them are just there for no reason at all. But there have been some times that characters have been given some information, like Gravitina for example. It's very brief, but it's something. It would have been better if we were given some kind of original plot, but you get what you get given, and Disney games in this era weren't known for their plots. I guess the plot could be that Zurg is working together with all the other villains from the show, and it's up to Buzz to stop Zurg and his plans of taking over the galaxy. That seems fine for a plot, and it's the one that makes the most sense. Now, unless you've seen the cartoon, you're not gonna get who most of these characters are. And that's a shame, because a game on this show would have been something amazing, if it did more than what the actual game did. Moving on to the gameplay, which is pretty basic in my opinion. You take control of Buzz Lightyear, and in the levels, you race a villain from the show until you reach the end, where you fight them. You have a total of 13 levels, and the 14th level is the final boss with Zurg. As a matter of fact, you fight Zurg twice in this game. And for some reason, one of the enemies you shoot down in the race part of the levels is the first boss of the game. I don't know what happened here. Throughout the levels, you can shoot down enemies with whatever gun Buzz is holding. You get the standard gun at the start, but if you collect these coins, you'll get to buy upgrades throughout the level. And if you purchase the same gun again, it'll upgrade that gun even more to the point where you can just get more damage on the enemies. I really like that feature. Other things you can purchase is Buzz's wings, which will allow you to fly in the air until your fuel runs out, and even this hoverboard, which also runs out once your fuel is gone. I do like having these features, but I don't get why Buzz's wings couldn't be a normal thing on Buzz. Then again, it would make the game too easy. So I guess that's fair. And the whole fuel thing can be restored by finding fuel somewhere in the levels. So there's that. There are also shields to protect you. Some can help you get across places like fire and water, while others are mainly just to keep you safe, although after a certain amount of hits from enemies you'll lose the shield. I do like that this game offers the challenge It doesn't hold your hand, but it's not a very challenging game, unless you play the side missions. That I'll get into later. When you reach the end of the level, as said before, you fight the boss that the level has. If you get to the end before the boss does, you get a free gun or shield, and the character Mira from the show will take out half of the boss's shields to make the boss quicker. I do like that, but if you don't get there before the boss, you'll have to fight the boss with full health. But these are pretty easy bosses. Just make sure you use the right gun to take down the shields, and then take them down. While on the way there are these 2 side missions for bonus medals to win. The first one is to collect a certain number of coins, so it's best to take down a lot of enemies and find as many coins as you can, if you want the medal. The other mission is to collect all the green aliens scattered around the level. Pretty easy, as they're not hard to find by any means necessary. Outside of the main levels, you can also get these bonus missions in the same levels. The first one is a time trial. It's a get to the end in a certain amount of time. You'll get both medals if you beat the mission before the timer turns green. I couldn't believe I was able to do it easily for some levels, but not for others. The other mission you can do is collect all the missing robot pieces of the character XR from the show. As soon as the number of missing pieces gets to 0 and the timer isn't on green, you'll get both medals. I will say these do offer replay value, but it's not a lot to come back to. Like, there's nothing really to do in the game once you've beat it and get that 100% completion. During my playthrough, I got a 100% completion for the very first time, and all it gives you is some bonus cutscenes. Not very worth it, really. I may be coming across as negative in this review, but don't get me wrong, I do like this game, as there are some good aspects to it. Buzz controls very nicely, the controls are easy to learn on the first level for a beginner. Use the triggers or bumpers to slide either to the left or the right. Jump and using the action button to shoot. Simple, nothing else really. Graphically, this game looks pretty decent. I like the maps of each level, and some characters look pretty dang good in these 3D graphics. Although there are some that could have looked better. Some levels look like they still hold up in my opinion. Like, put these levels in HD graphics and boom, you've got a high quality level. The best with textures is the Dreamcast version, but the one with the best performance is the PC version. I mean, PC is normally better at performance than consoles. I mean, look at the console version compared to the PC version of Spyro Reignite Trilogy. That's a great recent example. The music in this game is so freaking good. I love listening to the soundtrack, and I could listen to it for my whole life and not have a single problem. Quickly talking about it, there is also a Game Boy Color version of the game. It is pretty decent. It's how I pictured a handheld version of this game. I think it's way easier than the console version. Like, you could beat this under an hour. Graphically, it's more of a Super Game Boy game than a Game Boy Color game. At least it's better looking than the Toy Story 2 Game Boy Color game. Music is kind of forgetful at times unless you're listening to the main music in the menu. So overall, Buzz Lightyear Star Command, the game, is a pretty fun game. Simple for the first time comers to the game itself and video games in general. If you're a big Buzz Lightyear fan, Disney fan, or video games in general, then give this game a try. You might like it. So that is the review. I've done it, as promised. Now, you may think that's it for game reviews on this channel, right? Wrong. What if I was to tell you that I still had 2 other reviews that I promised? That will be none other than the Cars video game and the Toy Story 2 video game. I promised those over a year ago, so how about we actually get those out? And I'll be trying to get those out quicker than this one, and have it come out alongside the Sonic retrospective. Let's just wait and see. Hopefully October-ish, maybe, you might see those reviews. Definitely cars. Well, with that being said, that is it for this video. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Till then, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey everyone, Billy of SpeedForce Productions here, and just doing a quick little thing just before this video ends. So, I'm going to be doing this little pattern of making videos, where I'm going to have 3 days where I'll be working on an animation, while the other 3 days I'll be working on other videos, such as like my other like gaming reviews and the Sonic retrospective and any other videos that I have promised. That's dedicated to those. And of course, since there's like 7 days in a week, one of those days will just be me having chill out time, like a break from YouTube for a little bit. I mean, it's just for a single day, so it's not really too far away. There might be a video coming out that day when I have a chill time. You never know. Another thing I wanted to talk about is alternate worlds. Don't worry, it's not cancelled, despite no episodes coming out in over a year. So originally the plan was make every episode of the show and then release them all weekly. That was the original plan. I decided instead I'll just release episodes when they're finished, and when they're finished I just release it, yeah, like I said, and maybe for the final lot of episodes I'll do like a weekly thing or something, I don't know. Well, we'll just have to wait and see with that. So yes, so for those that are waiting for episode 3 of Alternate Worlds, you won't have to wait any longer, because it'll be coming. I promise. And of course, Coolfree's Quest will get to be having more progress made during this development. As a matter of fact, I've done like nearly 18 minutes of the film, so that's cool. Still got a long way to go. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this video. No more rambling. That's it. Alright, thanks guys. See you in the next video. Bye.